You know, this actually brings up probably one of the worst things that's happened to me in the bush. 6, 7 years ago, I had decided to go for a 21-day basic pilgrimage through the Purcell Mountains up here. Beautiful place, lots of wildlife. I'd taken a fishing rod, a hunting rifle, a bow and arrow because I had my hunting license. I was going to go there and take down some animals, dry the meat, carry the meat out.
Yep.
Really, I didn't take a lot of stuff with me, but I had enough on my back to make it, a bit of a job to get it around. And I was alone. Well, I was with my dog, but I was basically alone. I'm going across this really steep scree slope, lots of small slippery rocks, to pass this other mountain. And I just probably was about 2, 3 days in, so I was feeling pretty good. I slid down the scree slope, and I would have gone over a cliff and would have been, but I saw a big boulder kind of off to the side. So I'm basically surfing,
Swimming, yeah,
the scree,
in the rocks.
trying to slide
Yeah.
myself and my pack and the rest of my gear, and I hit the rock, and my pack kind of kept going, and my back basically went. And as a doctor, the kind of doctor I am, I knew I was in trouble because my legs weren't working right. I mean, I wasn't paralyzed, but the muscles were firing funny. I still have no feeling on the sides of my legs. I crushed two discs, not the vertebrae, just the discs between them. I'm a bit shorter than I used to be. I had to basically crawl back to the camp that I had left behind, and I spent 3, 4 days just basically lying on my back in the little tent that I had, keeping a fire going what I could, basically for the bugs, because that was in a swamp.
Mm-hmm.
And I spent 4 days there, bears moving around, stuff like that. I had to bury a bunch of my gear and basically drag myself out of there. And I had to go over a 3,000 foot up and then ascent and then descent to get back to where my vehicle was. And I tell you, that was a pretty scary situation because,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have a GPS. I didn't have some button to push to come and get me. People didn't expect me to come back for 3 weeks.
Right.
And I'd plan on gathering most of my food wild. So I was close to water. I was catching fish, cooking them on a little fire I had. But I was basically crawling around for 3 days just hoping I was going to get out of there. And people wouldn't have, I'm not trying to say I'm Mr., good at everything, but no one would have expected me to get in trouble in the bush. So everybody, if I was late, they
Mm-hmm.
probably would have thought, oh, Mike's having a lot of fun hunting out there, so we're just going to,
Right, right.
leave him there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I was super lucky to get out of there.
Yeah. And nowadays you can pick up a handheld GPS that actually has an emergency beacon.
Yep.
That you're in trouble. You just hit that, and there you go.
Yeah, and this urge to be tough by doing things that could get you killed is, I can see it. I've done enough of that in my life, but I don't know.
I went through that phase. I think it's a phase that a
Yeah.
lot of us go through. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm glad I'm not there anymore.
yeah. But it's I don't know. We all learn the ways we learn, I suppose. But I would discourage anyone from going into a situation that you absolutely, don't have enough people at your back. People got to know where you are, where you're leaving your vehicle, what direction you're going, when you expect to be back. And yeah, if you can afford one of those things, take it with you because you can still have an amazingly, wilderness experience, primitive skills experience. But
Mm-hmm.
there's a saying I like: trust in Allah, but tie your camel. Because yeah, there's all kinds of situations that can get you dead.
I guess if you're out here, you'd say, trust in God, but you got to tie your horse.
Yeah, but the other one pushes some people's buttons in a way that kind of makes me happy. Yeah.
Yeah, and just carrying a whistle.
Yeah.
A whistle doesn't take up much room, doesn't weigh hardly anything, and in most cases, you blow on a whistle all day, somebody's going to hear you in
Yeah.
most of North America,
That's
at least
probably
most
true.
of the U.S.
You get those nice signal mirrors. I've probably got one sitting over there. You can look through it, and you could even signal a plane.
Yeah.
And they're
Yeah.
good for about 20 miles on a clear day.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
lots of stuff that can keep you safe.
Yep, because it's a lot of fun to be out here, so make
Yeah.
sure you can do it your whole life.
Yeah, but it's nice to come home, have a shower, cold beer,
That is true.
woman.
Watch a movie.
Yeah, there's that.
you know.
There's that internet. That's pretty fun.
I think we're kind of done on this topic.
Yeah. So this is Mike and Chris from Pathway School. Just a little warning video about some of the things that can get you dead.
Alrighty. You play safe out there.
Yeah, blessings to you all, and thanks again for watching our videos. It's a lot of fun for us too.